Hello. Today is Friday. Big news coming from yesterday. Remember, 25th of June 2015, in accordance with the 1992 Constitution, Article 72, the Electoral Commissioner, Charlotte Osei, was appointed. Fast forward 3 years down the line, same month in June, but different date, 28th of June, the Electoral Commissioner was fired alongside two of her deputies. Today on the AM show, we're heavy on this conversation. We go back to the Commission of Inquiry. How did it all happen in the first place? What were the recommendations and the implication of those recommendations? The actions taken by the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has it got consequences? Why is the NDC organizing a press briefing today? How does this concern the National Democratic Congress? All the angles to this particular conversation will be covered here on the AM show today. My name is Mama Viosu Abuaji, here with Roland Walker.
Well, good morning to you. And how are you?
Well, I'm okay. I mean, I haven't gotten over things yet.
We know that under Article 1464 of the 1992 Constitution, the CJ constituted that committee, and ultimately there's the recommendations that again was given back to the President, and the President, based on what the regulations and the law says, has just acted. Interesting times.
And there are lots of talking points from that particular action. So, you know, we're going to break all the issues down. But today, Roland, remember the issue of the 3 judges who were murdered. It's another anniversary, another year. It was actually June 30, but June 30 is tomorrow, Saturday. So there's a wreath-laying ceremony happening at the forecourt of the Supreme Court today. And then at 10 a.m., there's actually a church service. So we're heavy on that as well. But Roland, that is part of the conversation. You know, we have a JoyNews assignment, a special assignment, which is titled Who Killed the Judges, actually the beginning of a series on crimes that shook the nation. So it's a JoyNews special assignment. That documentary will give you, will get you into it a little bit here on the show, but the full documentary would air in July next month.
So you just have to stay tuned. This is the channel for you to get all the right information, for you to contribute, but also get going or start the conversation around the issues about Martyrs Day and all that happened in the past. And we still know that for the older generation, it's still an indelible mark in their minds.
All right, and then of course we're talking the National Science Maths Quiz. We started the quarterfinals yesterday. It was something else.
Yes.
Seeing Infantipim and Presec and UST all on that table, and it was all about bragging rights. Presec was knocked out, and they say it was like Romeo and Juliet because Hebrew girls also were kicked out.
Yeah, you know, yesterday somebody made a remark, one of my mates on our discussion platforms, and he says that, when the science students who become engineers and the doctors are participating in the maths and science quiz, it's as the art students and the visual arts students who ultimately, like the boys out there, get to share the Jama and the rest.
So Maxwell Ababa, he's in your shots right now. He will be coming through with what we should expect today. But of course, we'll give you a brief as to how things panned out yesterday. And we'll bring you live contests, the quarterfinals, today here on JoyNews at 10 a.m. So make sure you're with us at 10 a.m. for our live coverage. We'll start with a mentoring session, which begins right after the AM show at 9. And then the real contest itself at 10 a.m. We'll have discussions ahead of that on JoyNews.
You saw all those students singing there, what we call in local parlance as the Jama. They were singing, and that's why also singing is a better part of us. But we have the harmonious choral, and it's participating in the World Choir Games that is going to take place in South Africa, Mabavi.
Yeah, and it's the first time the contest is being held in Africa. It's also the first time a group from Ghana is participating. So we'll host the group. We've had them come through the show, sing for us a couple of times. Let's wish them the very best and, you know, be their cheer as they go on to South Africa. Let them come home with something good.
And as always, for every year, we host the Habitat Fair. And for this year, the 2018 Habitat Fair is coming right up. And we'll be hosting Sanda Ghana Real Estate Company Limited. And they'll be talking about their new city. They call it the Fortune City. They've begun a whole activation and campaign and promotion around it. We'll tell you all around it.
We actually launched this year's Habitat Fair yesterday. And you know, ahead of the bigger fair, we have mini fairs. So there will be lots more conversations and a lot more on how to own a home. It's something that's always been on my heart. So we have a series of conversations ahead of the main Habitat Fair that's coming up later this year. We have other things in between. We've got the AM news coming up right after. We'll have the newspapers, and we will do some more talking of the firing of the electoral commissioner and 2 of her deputies. Stay with us.
Well, so we'll be right back with the latest news headlines, but please also remember Benedict Owusu and the rest of the team, they'll be here with the latest highlights from the World Cup, where the top guns as far as world football are concerned are heading towards in the knockout stages of the World Cup. All in a bit. Do stay on.